guests, and I've seen them when I was here. They are coming to the masjid. Non-Muslims, university, college students. Aren't we kind enough to give them some drinks, halal drinks? We want to provide them with water, we want to give them some food. Does it need budget or not? Yes. Activity, time frame, responsible person, budget, but also you need to know the targeted group. Who are you targeting with that particular project? Then coming results, and lastly, remarks. Results leads to, when we sit like this, we will positively, objectively discuss our strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats, and we will appreciate our achievements. And the whole community will also be, they will be aware of what we have. And when you talk of volunteers, they know that I want to volunteer here, I want to volunteer here, I want to volunteer. Last part of my discussion with you is the following. Masjid Abu Bakr is the heart of all masajid in Colorado. Most of masajid are looking up to this masjid. And so, we should really, and this is just a vision, we should strengthen our inside, our internal programs, such as, of course, you need imam. You need an imam. Any imam who will come, not necessarily me, you need an imam. Once you have an imam, lessons need to be established in this masjid. Lessons, yani general lectures and teaching. We need lessons for kids. I know that there is madrasa, it needs to be strengthened. Not only that, we need lessons for youth in particular, and we need lessons for women and girls. We need that. To the extent that it has to be systematic and structured, that we can also solve our problem of looking for imams everywhere by having our own son born and raised in this community to take over. So we can affiliate them with international universities. We can sponsor that. So we establish a program of teaching them, and then we send them outside to get some knowledge so that they can come and lead us. That is progress to me. Secondly, we need to make advantage of many learned people amongst us here. You know how many people have memorized Quran here now? Can we raise our hands, brothers with Quran? I'm not going to ask you to read any surah if you forget. Brothers, how many people memorize Quran? Even if you memorize and forgot, please. Amongst us. We have a hafiz there. Another brother who memorized Quran. Now? Look, I came here many times and I found that there are many people who have Quran. There are many Shabab youth who have completed Thanawiyah. Now, I will take advantage of them to teach our kids. Instead of shopping around to look for an imam, I will put them in the system. I can do that. Another thing that we have to do, I can advise the board, working closely to them, to move the center towards self-sustainability. Because standing in front of you every day, we need money. Even board don't want that, believe me. But they know that it's your Jannah. That is why they say, please donate generously. But I can sensitize and mobilize the community to move towards self-sustainability. Why can't we have a business for the masjid? Electricity should be paid automatically. How is that? Carpet, automatically. These are our programs. And if we have that, it will also lead to, we can have our own clinic around the masjid. Is it bad if we have a clinic and later on we develop it to a hospital? Is it bad if we have a hospital? Another thing that we can do, not only business, we can have apartments, rental houses. and the income will come to the masjid. We have to establish things like this for future generation. I can give that advice to the board. You know, another thing, there are many areas. These organizations, 5011, C3, right? Wallahi, we can do more than what Catholic Charity is doing outside there. We can do more and more because it is mentioned in our book, Al-Quran and Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But also our relationship with the government, our relationship with neighbors, our relationship with churches, our relationship with prison, our relationship outside there should be strengthened. Internal and external. And so, brothers, I'm requesting everyone who attended this talk. I know you expected it to be a question session, but maybe it has answered some of your questions. What is your vision? If I'm here, I will start with that, and maybe things may change after some time, having known the community, because in the beginning you want to do everything, but maybe the situation is not the same. If I can start doing that, maybe it may redirect the community, but one working closely with leadership and also working closely with the community. I'm sure I have benefited and you have benefited, right? Inshallah? Okay. I think it's time for Adhan, and then Brother Mustafa will take over, inshallah. Now.
No.
He's requesting to make Adhan. President is here, acting president.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la
and as I said, we just wanted to ask a couple of the same questions that were asked to Abdullah Ansari last week, and we have some papers here. If others would like to ask some other questions, people would like to ask some other questions, and some papers were given to the sisters. So one of the questions that was asked of Ansari was, could you tell us a little bit about your background and where did you learn or study the Deen of Islam?
Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulil kareem, amma ba'd. Shafi'i. I didn't know that Shafi is not a name. But my father loved his A'imma to Arba'a, and he called my older brother Malik, and then he called me Shafi. We don't have Ain, so we say Shafi. Shafi'i Muhammad ibn Idris. I came to know that later on. And then my sister is called Hanifa, instead of Abu Hanifa. And the last one is called Hanbal, yani Ahmad ibn Hanbal. But alhamdulillah, we have them in the house. My father was a village imam. This inspired me to love deen. I saw him leading salah. I saw him going through a lot of rough time with the community as well. I was born in Kenya, in a village called Kindube, next to Lake Victoria. And at early age stage, I studied in my village and then moved to the coastal part of Kenya, where I received my mutawassita or i'dadiyya, thanawiyya, and also kulliya. I have a BA in Islamic studies, especially Da'wah. So I studied in Kenya. We had mashayikh, we had many scholars coming from all over, from Egypt, from Sudan, from Somalia, mashallah, scholars, from Ethiopia, from Saudi. So this is my studies. I started da'wah as I was studying. Anyone who is in East Africa knows that. At early age, if you learn one ayah, you start teaching. And so I've been in da'wah almost for 20 years. I moved from Kenya to Namibia in 2001. I served in Namibia, a country called Namibia, Southern Africa, for almost 10 years. That is how I came to the United States in 2009, and then in fact, I came to the United States through the government program, not FBI, not CIA. And the government, State Department, this year is a thing. So we visited almost 5 wilayat states: New York, DC, Philadelphia, Dallas. We came to New Mexico. That is how they came to know me. They were also looking for an imam, so they requested me, but I attended the program. I had my work in Namibia, and then we went to Salt Lake City, and then went back 2009. 2010, they invited me. I stayed with them for 3 months. They offered me a job. I said, no, I'm having responsibilities back. 2011 until today, they invited me, and I've been the imam at the Islamic Center of New Mexico. I'm married. I have kids in Kenya. My son is called Khalil, and then I have Ahmed, and then I have Abdulaziz. So I have kids in Kenya, but alhamdulillah, I have family here. I have wife, as I said, and I have twins, as I said on the member, Bilal and Salman. Somebody want to know my age? I think Sheikh has that question. How old are you, right? In America, you don't ask for people's age, but I will tell you. I will ask you a question to answer that. How old was Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam when Jibril Alayhi Salam came to him with Iqra? So add the 2, and that is my age.
We'll do one more question, unless we're going to delay the salat some time. Okay, so what will you do to try to bring the youth and the teens and get them involved into the masjid?
What would I do to bring youth together? Again, I'm not speaking business language. I'm talking in the light of Iman. I'm really sharing this in the light of the need. Any sincere person in America cries about youth, my son, my daughter. Some of them have run away from home. What am I going to do? As a khatib, imam and khatib, student of scholars, I'm just a student of scholars, but imam and khatib, I have seen that, yes, we give motivational talks, right? And we talk about youth, the Quran and Sunnah, but that alone is not enough. This is what I would do. 1, I will seek audience for a meeting with youths separately. Secondly, I will introduce a survey. But this survey will not be conducted by elders.